Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Cashflow Digital, sponsored by odys.cc. If you're interested in page domains, you get $100 just for signing up. So go and grab $100.
Where the hell are you right now, Craig? That's not your normal office.
Nah, I am at some fucking caravan park. And
So you're in an RV right now?
yeah,
That's nice. It's nicer than my office. So
look, man,
nice. That's way better than a lot of places.
the wife wanted to bring her son to one of these kind of resorts for all the kids shit, all the kind of whatever the fuck they do, painting and all that fucking garbage that Mike does.
You've been finger painting with Mike?
Yeah, dude. So that is where I am.
You look excited.
I know, dude, it's horrendous. We came yesterday, went to the bar last night, and it was just full of absolute. Words can't describe what these people are like, but I'm sure you know what they're like in caravan parks.
I've been to a few, yeah.
Yeah, so not for me.
People call it camping, and you're staying on cement, dude.
We actually had a couple that was in NFG. They went. I think they were in the very first NFG Live, and that's what they ended up doing. They were in Colorado. Ended up selling their house because the home prices in Colorado are always fucking insane. So they made a good amount on their house, and they've been traveling. Did they go up to meet you one time?
Yeah, they flew here and chilled for a bit. Like, I met him at the first event, dude. Like, I remember seeing their freaking RV that they had just sold the house for.
Yeah, I think they came to a couple because they were in Greensboro at some point too. Yeah,
what are they doing actually?
Oh well.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paul Hogden says there's a hum. I think that's coming from Mike's van, or
it's a generator. Is that the fire raging outside?
That's the fire raging outside, dude.
Yeah. Have you seen pictures of his house, Paul? I posted them in Skype groups because there's a Skype group. They're like, "What's this NFG and blah blah blah?" And where's Mike and Brad? And I was like, "We're here. Mike's fighting fires. I don't want to talk to you folks." So, and I posted a picture of Mike's house on fire, not his house on fire.
Dude, it's. I'm like trying to go to town today, and like this fire truck rolls up and parked by my house and started taking pictures of my neighbor's house and shit. Like, we're right.
You sit in the hot tub and watch everything burn.
Yeah, basically, we're right at the edge, dude. Like if it moves over south and east just a little bit, it's like our time to go.
I thought you were bullshitting, to be honest. You're like these wildfires and blah blah blah. I looked it up. I was like wildfires, Idaho, and then like your town came up. I was like, oh shit, he's not lying.
Dude, it's brutal, bro. It's like the air. Like we went rafting on Saturday, dude, but like you can't see shit, dude. And so you're sitting there and you can't see the sky. But I mean, it fucks your lungs up for sure.
It could be. Hopefully, it stays to where it doesn't get any worse for you personally.
It's 7% contained. They're trying to contain it because they're not going to be able to put it out, so they just got to contain it to winter.
Fucking global warming.
Yeah. I'm worried they're going to fuck with our water, dude. Like that's my big issue. Is like if they start fucking with our water.
You have to go out to the fire truck and they'll just hose you off.
Exactly. They're taking pictures of our kids and shit.
Yeah. Prison style.
Everyone thinks that the government started the fucking fire out here, dude, so that they can take our water.
They got bigger issues than that right now. Why do they want Idaho's water? This shit water anyway. You're always sick. So
well, no,
I wouldn't want that water.
They are trying to pass bills and own everything like in the ground out here. But
the water rights. That's why Bill Gates buys huge farms with water rights for. I still don't understand it, but that's what he's doing.
No, like it's like California has looking at property. You can't get fucking mineral rights and water rights out there. You just don't.
No. If they own it, you have to. It's buying the cow versus the milk.
So what are you guys working on this week? What have you been working on last week?
Otis. Case study. Got an Otis domain. I ordered a Fiverr gig. I want to see how it rolls.
You know, we're going to do Q&A on Thursday for the shit that we did a couple weeks ago, and then going into September, dude.
Yeah.
Would you genuinely order content from Fiverr?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have been. Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
And it's working really well.
I do auto sites from Fiverr, but I know which ones to get. So at this point. So yeah, they don't even produce the content. They just set up all the plugins and shit and let it rip. They do it like, I don't have to design the website. I don't have to do any of that shit. I just say, they're like, pick a theme. I'll pick a theme, and I'm like, here's a logo. Just match it to these colors and let it rip. It works too. I mean, purely what I'm going to do on this one, just as a test, because I'm going to monetize it in the least productive fashion I can. So I'm going to throw AdSense on it and see what it brings in between now and September. So
there's a dude that I know, a guy called Bradley Bennett. I don't know if you guys know him.
Yeah, we know Benner. Yeah.
No, it's not Bradley Bennett. It's Bennett. Different guy.
Oh yeah.
But this guy basically launched a training course last week, showing people.
Is that not Benner? I thought that was Benner.
Nah.
Oh shit! They look the same.
Where Benner did.
Unless they are the fucking same, I don't know. I've seen Bradley Bennett and Bennett, but it's the one that through thousands of websites that he played.
Yeah, I thought he just grew a beard.
Yeah, a bit of fuck knows. I fucking know. But yeah, he's doing that. Chucking up auto-generated websites and
yeah, we've been doing that for years. I mean, it's the hard part is continually like building it out and setting up the infrastructure. So what Mike and I have done recently, or I say recently, within the past few years, is switching to sites that, you know, the quality is a little bit higher, and you're able to do more with less, essentially. So we could set up thousands of sites. We would set, how many gadget sites do we have out at one time, Mike?
I think we're pushing out like 500 or 600 a day at one point.
Yeah. So we were slamming servers full. Yeah. We had one customer buying servers because we were getting calls from them. We would cloak over the traffic over to it like a rehab offer. And yeah, it was 30,000 pages a site, and it's, you know, a shit ton a day. I would do them in groups of like 10 to 20.
From back in the day with ads, and Jason is the one still murdering it out there in San Francisco, but he's still going like vertical instead of horizontal. Like he's building large accounts too. Fully in large revenue account is what he's doing instead of I'm assuming that Bennett or whoever we're talking about is doing what we were doing, what we were talking about, which is just fruitful and collection. But I don't know for sure.
That's what I would assume. Yeah. So, who's the dude? He's from over in your area, Craig. He always pushes stuff like that. Like, you know, I talked to a friend and blah blah blah. What the fuck is his name? I think he's from UK. He added me after we started this show, so I assume he knows you. Harry Potter. Yeah, he's got the like.
He's an AdSense dude.
It's not Dooley, is it?
Dooley's got a lot of fucking websites.
No, he's the one launching it with Bennett or Benner, the other Brad, the less attractive Brad.
Two people are doing that same thing. Like everyone, it's funny because I saw like 3 or 4 actually pop up, and they're all like, someone said one thing, and now everyone's like trying to teach it all.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do with maps too.
I would love to see the real revenue in there to see who's actually really doing it.
Yeah,
Matt
Foley. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he pushes. I mean, what seems like good products, or at least they've got good hooks. So.
Yeah, I think Bowley was pushing Bradley Bennett's shit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he does a good job of pushing shit. So gives you just enough to, it's like, maybe I should reach out to him. It's funny.
But I thought Bowley was from over America.
I don't fucking know. He followed you because I think he added me after we started this, but who knows? I can't even keep Bradley Bennett and Benner apart in my head.
Oh, there's really 2 people, dude. That's my favorite.
yeah. That's like Mike is what's his code name? Schlitz or whatever? Sticks?
Smix.
Yeah. So we've got that up and running. Otis domain. I was using it as a redirect. I just took the redirect off. I was using it for another project. I said, fuck the other project. Having it designed by Fiverr guy and just let it rip, tater chip. So, and I'll probably have one of my guys go in and add the old content as well, and just have the other stuff sit in the background as like a news stuff. So
yeah, Airbnb shit, bro. Like straight up, dude. Like this stuff, like another listing and shit. Like, the revenue is there. Like it fucking works. And the algorithm is fucking simple.
yeah, and it's a top CPC niche. It's not crypto or anything, but it's up there. So it's not crypto, not casino. It's one that you could legitimately use for a client at some point or convert it to other purposes. So got that coming. I did that. I was it's funny. I got COVID right now, so I'm cloudy. So I'm trying to order like the simplest tasks take more brain power. So I'm sitting there trying to focus. I'm like, someone said something. I was like, hang on, trying to do something. I'm like clicking the buttons like slowly, trying to get them done. But yeah, I got the Fiverr gig order. Don't worry. Got the DNS set up.
Yeah.
Is there not a guy on there that can sort that out for you?
What's that?
Is there not a guy in Fiverr that can sort the DNS and shit out for you as well?
Yeah, it's just changing it in GoDaddy, so it wasn't.
Yeah, no, but fuck it, pay someone to do it.
Yeah, then I'd have to give him it'd take me longer to send him my password and shit.
Yeah, I suppose. Nah, but just so that you've literally done fuck all other than log into Fiverr.
Are you talking this next question here from Trusted Broker? Do you mean internal anchors to two different sites or pages? Because that's pretty cool if you can do that. I guess you do that with redirect.
Using the same anchors, internal links for different sites.
I assume it's 2 pages instead of 2 sites internally.
But I would not be using the same anchors to the same 2 different pages in your website.
Actor and anyone else, you can ask whatever the hell you want on here. No such thing as a silly question, unless it's Mike asking it.
Yeah,
You can even start making fun of me. I
super silly, dude. I did pull up a really cool article about freaking 5 signs that a client is about to break up with you. What do you think?
Can I get access to my analytics?
That's a really good one, dude. I like that one better than what I'm seeing in this article, dude.
Or the client who's never fucking logged into their website in their life. Oh, I've got a friend that needs access to the website. He's going to fix a few things for me.
Yeah, you're going to love that shit.
Hey, can you send me the most recent report of your linking or whatever you've done? Just
no
like
doubt.
a general, what have you done for me lately type thing?
So the first one they have is your client is ghosting you.
That's fine with me as long as they pay.
Dude, this you seen that meme dropping around that it's a $500 client saying, I'm not sure if the money I'm paying you is worth it, and then $50,000 client, money sent, thanks.
Yeah.
Dude, my wife sent this shit to me like a couple weeks ago, and I'm seeing it float around, but I was laughing my ass off when I saw it because literally the most work goes into the $200,000, $500,000 client. It's fucking crazy, dude. Like straight up crazy. And there's been a couple people that have come through lately that are getting capped and they're getting locked out of those block areas with like monthly revenue. And it's usually because of the fact that the clients are lower paying clients, which obviously you need more of them to make it more money. But it seems to be a very, very common issue for people. And I've never done like a local small client agency like that. If it's local, it was doing other shit too.
Well, we kind of did it for a little bit, but we had someone else managing it.
Yeah,
us.
that's true.
We
You're
were
right.
very thankful for him as well because he's a.
But also, we were using automated systems that made it scale faster too, which I think is very necessary if you're going that cheap. I don't mean cheap in service. I mean cheap in that monthly contract. You know. Craig, when you had your agency, did you take low end clients like small clients like that, like $500 a month and shit?
fucking less, mate. Like, when I was starting out, it was literally grabbing everyone and anyone that approached us for work. And one of the biggest failures in terms of being able to scale quickly was because we had so many of those low-end customers that just sucked up so much time that it was really hard to get rid of it. Then obviously comes a time when you do finally value yourself, and then you just slowly get rid of the shit and pull in the bigger paying ones. But yeah, sometimes it took me a while to to figure it all out, because it's one of those things like networking now and talking to you guys or picking up the phone to anyone else in the industry. They'll be like, yeah, dude, I'm charging X, Y, and Z. Back then, people weren't networking or talking the same way, so I had no fucking clue what to charge for SEO. And massively, coming from, I'm not going to say a poor background because it wasn't, but grabbing a couple of $100
I was pulling fucking numbers out of my ass for a long time.
Yeah. You know what's worse than selling SEO for cheap is selling web design for cheap, because you actually have to deliver something. It is terrible. $250, $300 websites, like crazy. I can't believe I did that, but it's free money at the time.
I done that to me, and that I can hand on heart say, out of all the websites I've built over the years, built through my company, I've never made fucking profit on them. They've always ran over where they fucking cost me money.
I made profit just because I was doing it myself for the most part.
We put together a model that gave away free website, like a free WordPress site, but they had to buy a year contract for the whole package, and they didn't own the website necessarily. And I also, before Google did their local business thing where they were giving a website away, I started giving websites away at one point. But I mean, we're talking about a WordPress install with a fee, and that's it, right? And to get the contracts in, we were doing that at one point. Oh, I was doing that with a bunch of fucking VAs, like on Odesk or some shit at that point. Before it was like Upwork, I think it worked.
Dude, I get fucked so many times because I allowed the clients to trample all over me. But I was only thinking, get the SEO money in after it. And I lost so much.
I would go in thinking that, but then by the time I was done doing the website, I was like, I never want to fucking hear from these people again. Nothing against them. It's just like, I just like, here you go. Because it's always one more thing with web design clients. Like, this isn't quite right. Well, you didn't tell me that the last time, like the last revision. And that was my fault for not having like a set number of revisions, up front.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, when you don't know what to ask and what you don't know when to set those limits to, that's when you really start losing money, man.
Yeah.
So true.
Maeve's got a wee question here.
If you are building a niche site and have similar pages to a fence in California, building a fence in New York, same subject in the state, how different should those pages be?
At the very least, I would like if you're doing a straight SERP shaker type build, you're at the very least going to switch out the city and state, of course. You can get by with that.
It really depends on the market, yeah. I mean, really.
and then if the most I would do is a very light spin with cognitive SEO, like we've talked about in the past on the show. With cognitive SEO is like the do not touch list within like Spin Rewriter or whatever you're using. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's how different they need to be.
And you really do want to use that blacklist, because if you're taking donor content and using it and you're replacing all of the fucking words, you're kind of just shooting your ass in the foot.
Shooting your ass in the foot.
Yeah, I heard it too, bro.
So yeah.
Has just unintentionally bought his first stage domain.
Congratulations.
How the hell can you unintentionally buy it? That's a drunken purchase, right?
You get dropped in fully, and then
you could buy worse things when you're drunk, I suppose.
Yeah, like meth.
What should be his first focus, though?
Billy got me again.
Bobby. No, so maybe he would register something with domain with backlinks or something. I would treat it like you would any other site you build. I'm assuming you build other sites and other campaigns by saying that, but if you have 4 backlinks, I mean, are they good or are they blogspot? You know,
Yeah, that's what I would ask. If they're solid links, then I would just start building around that.
If you find that there is a better link, like a link profile there, then you might want to look at restoring some content, or at least see what was there before and see what the structure needs to be.
Yeah. Did you say restore content?
Yeah. Well, like see what the structure used to be and what.
Yeah. If it's got good, like a good history in way back at the very least, I would rebuild it and use it as a, BiddyNet type site. You can always continue building on that, see what it does. Use it for linking, even if it doesn't push that much. It's going to push a little. Set up an internal page on the site for and then link out from there, and then tier it to that page, and it's kind of like your own buffer site. It's better than a Web 2.0 because it's coming from a real site.
Trusted Broker Reviews was talking about the anchor text and stuff earlier on. He's using on my page, for example, day trading, anchor leverage to site, forex anchor leverage to site, forex leverage. Wait a minute to get up the initial question again.
I still don't know if these are internal or external. Sound like
using the same anchors internally for 2 different sites.
Maybe he means like linking from his site instead of like a backlink profile.
Could you clarify that? Trusted Broker Reviews.
But it's from the next one, it does seem like that's what it is, and you're using the same leverage to site day trading. That's your anchor, or it's the anchor is leverage to site, and then the other one is forex. Okay, day trading, anchor leverage to site, forex, anchor leverage to site. They seem like those would be on different pages, unless you depending on how you're building it out. Yeah, same anchors for 2 different topics. You should not be in a place where you're using the same anchors to 2 different pages. And because at that point, yeah, I mean, if they're completely generic, go for it. But you're kind of wasting opportunity, in my opinion, if you're linking internally with generic anchors. Especially if you can do it just by hand and use something good. Can we go? Let's see what that said. It was. I'm using. So like I would actually anchor in with like leveraging day trading, leveraging forex, rather than just the generic. Don't make it exact. Make it something that's a top level that is tied to the page you're linking from.
Fahad, can you share your experience with a website in which you got too much late results? And if that was because of a mistake, then also tell us about this. I'm pretty sure we've all made mistakes and got results much later than anticipated. SEO doesn't have a time frame on it, and also goes into how much time, genuine effort and money is spent on a project as well. But every project I've ever worked on hasn't worked quick enough as far as I'm concerned. Being impatient in this game is a problem, a big problem. You've got to stick to your guns and do what you do. With the
risk tolerance and patience are important here for sure. Yeah, I think that thinking of like late results, I think more of like getting things banned or manual. And then having to correct them, it slows things down a lot. And yeah, I've done that a lot. I think one of the larger ones was from just like doing user-generated content and allowing, and basically anchors so I could feed in affiliate links to the third-party content on the site, and that usually that'll pull like a manual link penalty going outbound, like an outbound link penalty, like a suppression to where my links weren't worth anything going out, which you need to fix because it's not going to flow properly for your domain. And usually those kind of manuals you can just go back in and do work to get them fixed. unless you're really fucked up. What about you, Brad? Mistakes that broke site rankings, or
I try and ignore my mistakes.
they don't
I can. Yeah, I don't.
Blame them on Mike.
They're all happy accidents, you know.
I have told many people to just blame me for something when they have to go deal with shit, so that's fine with me.
Yeah, I do that anyway.
Yeah.
Paul has said he only makes money on websites on the packages you sell after them.
I can agree with that all the way.
I make a ton of money for my package, so.
Oh.
I just saw that. Well, thank you for your support, Mabe.
We'll quickly move on.
If you'd like for us to disappoint you at any point in the future, let us know. We can put out another course.
Actors looking to hunt big jobs from countries like USA, UK, Canada means working with better companies remotely who offers a handsome package. Please answer my question in easy words. So here's the thing.
I just want to make sure I stop for that.
I only speak in easy words.
So here is the thing, right? These guys from Pakistan and India are smart guys. I've met a lot of them out there doing very smart work. And I think a lot of the spammers do them a disservice because there are some really good guys out there, but they can't command top dollar. Or can they? Can they go into a USA company and get paid big bucks? Are these companies prepared to do it, or do they see these countries as a lower cost?
The way our partners have always done it is that there's someone that's in front of it in the US. I mean, that's just what makes sense to me, to be honest.
Yeah, what I would probably do is come up with a set of services that you know work really well, and then sell those to agencies. You might have to give up some of your margin on the front end, but that's the way to get in there. And then once they know they work, then they'll keep ordering them. Just make it a job shop at that point.
Well, and then build the trust, because that can be a freaking partnership.
Yeah, like I've got Drew, who I've been working with for I don't know how many years at this point, at least 5 or 6, and he just reached out to me on LinkedIn. One of the times I was on LinkedIn, and he's like, "Hey," he's from India, and he said, "Can I do some work for you?" Yeah, sure. I gave him a project. He did a good job. I've used him. You know, we've worked together ever since. I don't know how much I paid that dude, but it's up there. You know, over the years. So.
And trusty broker reviews was meaning internal links, same anchors for 2 different topics.
Yeah, I would look at what page you're linking from and see how that fits as a support to the 2 target pages, and then use the appropriate anchor based on your linking page and then the target pages. So if it's something like investing online or digital investing, you know, it could be something like online forex trading, online day trading versus, you know, the leverage generic anchors or something like that. Just at the top of my head, at the actual page optimization.
And Maeve said she was only joking about.
I know she's not, but it's fine. My feelings are already hurt.
She just says that because it's public.
Yeah.
You should see what she PMs us. Crude.
Crude. I don't know what's wrong with her.
What's wrong with her is she hangs out with us, I guess. Yeah.
Anyway, Heinrich, I think that's how you say it, ranks for a page with 11,000 words. Oh, he ranks for a page with 11,000 words, and he ranks for 120 keywords, but he spent a lot of money on backlinks, and only 5 keywords are on the first page. The rest of them are all over the show.
So that makes me believe that the page is not optimized properly for what you're trying to target. I mean, that's a lot of words and not a lot of keywords. So I would actually look at seeing how you might be able to break that page up. Also, if it needs to be that long for some reason, then
11,000 is a long ass
I
post.
wouldn't think that it would. I can't think of a reason. I mean, unless it's research or something that's, on freaking some sort of site for freaking scientists or some shit. I still break it up because one of the things we talked about in the webinar is the additional scoring. So there's some ways that this stuff is scored where you might need to have some of this stuff on a secondary page because that's what the market needs. That's what the optimization needs. So I really would look at where that breaks apart. Look at what is on page 1, and if there's a bunch of other stuff that's not on page 1, you need to see if maybe that stuff should be pulled out. See if you have other pages delivering in your console for the same terms that are not on page 1. And if they are, then maybe that could shift over there and pull some of that out. But I'd start looking at that seriously without digging into the campaign. That's where my head goes real quick.
Will you advise to create articles for each keyword?
No.
Keyword clusters, keyword groups.
Cluster of keywords should be an article. So the ones that are ranking on page 1, those 5 keywords are probably part of the cluster that you can identify more keywords for that cluster based on the SERP. And build that page for that, and then take the other stuff to the proper supporting pages.
Yeah, I would probably look for someone who's really good at putting content plans together. Tell them, lay out your dilemma and say, hey, can you help me break this up into multiple pages? And they'll be able to do that for you.
On that note, we actually are going to start offering those cluster reports, dude, in the freaking the page entity reports, to be honest. So
There you
I
go.
think that's the best. That's what you have to do in that situation. I mean, realistically, the webinar would be perfect for that situation.
Anyway, whilst we are waiting for more questions, guys, do put your questions in the chat. But I'm curious to know what else is on that list, Mike, for people who get the dreaded thing from the customer where you're about to
exactly. So we had
do that, and then I've got a funny Chase story here in a second that Chase doesn't know about.
So they say that the client is ghosting you. So that to me is a little generic, but then it basically their recovery for this, and I'm interested in what you guys think, is suggest a second kickoff call and create a new communication line with them, which I actually can get behind. If someone's not talking, it's time to make that conversation happen again because you're going to let them grit.
And we've had clients where we had to, every time we sent an invoice, we had to resell them on the whole contract. It was I think that the one in particular I'm thinking of was like $15K a month or whatever. So it's not a small amount of money, but we would have to fucking resell them every freaking time. Like every month we would have to resell them.
Led to selling a phone call in the packages, really.
So yeah, that can be good or bad, I suppose.
It's
Yeah.
bad.
The worst part is when they say that they've got someone new internally for marketing, and then that particular person starts asking a shit ton of questions. Then it's coming. So
yeah,
go on.
that's true. The next one they have is your client says they aren't sure where the relationship is going. When clients approach you with a question, that's a great thing to a point. You want them to be engaged, but if they continue to ask questions about the results and what the next steps are month after month, communication is a problem. And I would say that your deliverables and your KPIs are not defined. That's what I hear when I hear that. Like they don't have a clue what you're delivering to them, and you didn't sell the package properly. What are your thoughts?
I'm not sure if it's selling the package properly or clients just don't fucking listen to what they're told. That's
I've had that as well. Yeah. I hate when I'm waiting on clients for information that I need to produce for them, and like in sensitive niches like financial advisors. I had a client.
3 months waiting for freaking compliance.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the client to send. They're like, you can't write any content for our site. Okay, no problem. We just you're going after these 3 cities. We need to have separate pieces of content for that. Okay, I'm like, send that over to me since I can't write it. okay. And then they never fucking send it. So I'm like sending links and doing, you know, everything I can aside from that. And they're like, what have you done for us? Well, I'm still waiting on the content. So why should we pay you if you haven't done anything? Why? Like, I spend more time fucking asking you for this information that I need than I should be spending on the entire SEO campaign.
That's one is when they keep changing what website is supposed to be the one that's the target of the campaign.
Yeah.
Great.
Dude, I had a client one time come into my office and hand me a scrap of paper with his content on it.
So you had to look at it and like just type it out.
Yeah, we just like, what the fuck is this?
You know what I used to do is they're like, hey, I need this. It was back when I was doing websites and not worrying about SEO really. They're like, I need a website. Okay, do you have content? I was like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. I go to the competition and just fucking copy and paste shit over, and then just let her rip. But they would rank. I mean, especially maps, it doesn't really matter that much. You can have good content, especially back then. I would curate, so I would use, you know, a little from this competitor, a little from that competitor. So yeah,
Curation is freaking wonderful, dude.
yeah, even back then.
Fuckers, man. Fuckers. And Carol has had a client print out the content. At least it was fucking typed out somewhere. There must have been a document that he could have sent.
You know what this client that I mentioned, the financial advisor, what they eventually sent over was a PDF. They're like, here you go. I'm like, yeah, this is great. This is what I can pull from this. Then I find out that it's from their like corporate office and it's plastered all over the site already. I'm like, well, this sucks.
This next question, Brad's really familiar with the topic.
Yes. Go for it, Brad. This is yours.
Poll.
What the fuck is that? I am really familiar, but not the same time. Next question, please.
So if it's stripper polls, you're not changing their search, so you need to dig deeper into the keyword research in the market and find out like really what someone would be looking for. If they're going to find stripper poles when you search for that, not the first.
Yeah, if you're just finding stripper poles when you search for that, then there's not that much volume for what you need.
We take care of that with modifiers though, and so you have things like construction flagging on there or something like that. I don't know if pole holding is the same as a flagger or whatever, but trying to think what a pole holder does, bro. Like,
yeah, I assume it's the one like where it's stop and slow, right? Is that a pole holder?
What is pole holding?
Yeah, I'm a professional pole holder. I've never heard it.
Dude, I want to start a pole holding business, bro.
Mr.
Yeah,
Biscuits.
that.
Soft on the inside.
See, when you're calling someone Mr. Biscuits, so you're referring to me?
No, it's a song.
It's a song by Snoopy.
Yeah, look it up.
I
It's a good song.
If you would like.
It's one you just drive to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I even looked up the lyrics to that song. I still don't understand it.
No, I have no idea. You guys.
No, I tried to look up the meaning, and the best I could find was something on Urban Dictionary, but it still does not pertain to the song. So
that's interesting. So power pole holding, dude. That's what she said.
mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes me happy. Let me look at something. I want to see something about that. Let's see. What can we do for leads in that market? Pole holding.
It's like it was funny. We had to like retrain the SERPs. That might be something that you end up having to do. When you remember Angel's course, Mike, near me domination. So guess what happens when you type in near me domination back in 2016, Craig?
I'm not commenting.
You would get the same search as if you typed in domination near me. So it was a bunch of Craigslist and back pages and stuff like that, where it's like S&M stuff that would come up, like specific listings for that type of stuff. So we had to retrain it because we were trying to rank for near me domination and shit like that, like for a launch jacking type of thing. And that's all we would get. It was like we were competing with back pages at the time. So it's a similar situation.
Is it? I wonder if it's equipment rental, because there's trucks made for it and shit. So I wonder if the dude does the equipment rental.
Yeah, my initial response would be add stuff like pole holding services, pole holding for construction, pole holding workers, pole holding contractors, stuff like that.
Yeah, because there's definitely I would say. When the farmer hit the pole over here, a few weeks ago when we lost power, they had that truck come out and hold that shit. So.
We have another question from Akhtar. Best practice for off-page, except get post and link insertion, means which type of backlinks are healthy for boosting our websites according to your experience. Except guest posts. And
guest post and link insertions are good ways to go. If you don't want to do that, you can build up your own entity network, but you're still going to have to come behind those with tier 2. So
yeah, I would say anything that's in the index already that's part of a freaking mature cluster.
Be where your competition is, essentially. Copy them.
But I would say that you should go read MiniNet training whatever.
Yeah, set up your own MiniNet network for each niche that you have.
Are usually a good way to go. But
instantly insert yourself into the link graph. What is it? NFGsecret.com would be another good way to go.
Yeah, that's a really solid way to get links that are already.
It's funny when you see that in the Black Hat groups, Mike. Did you see that over the weekend?
Mm-hmm.
They were asking about NFG Secret specifically.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll make some money.
Black Jays, I'm telling you, this is what this picture. Construction can't happen without pole holding.
That actually also sounds like my local BDSM club.
Mm-hmm. You've got to have a safety word.
You can't have fun without pole holding, safety watching.
Yeah. Is it the safety watching at your meetings though, Mike? Is the dude up there in one of those masks, with the whistle, like a lifeguard?
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining right now. Okay.
Rubber, latex.
With an apple in his mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got to take the apple out and then blow into the whistle when there's an infraction.
Oh man. But guys,
all right, I'm going to put my 5 signs. All right, the next one says your client says they aren't getting the results they expected. So you prepared a detailed report, presented it to the client, you're proud of your team's work, but the client isn't happy. They don't see the results they want, or they're not getting fast enough results. Somewhere there's been a miscommunication. How do you fix that, dude? So what do you do to prevent that actually? Let's start there.
You've got to set up expectations properly in the beginning. And I think deliverables is what's missing. Yeah. Consistent deliverables. And we still run into that now. We don't provide enough deliverables.
KPI clarification is super key too. Are you responsible for keywords? Are you responsible for traffic? Are you responsible for revenue? The campaign based on.
Proper KPI structure and deliverables, it will solve a lot of problems.
Which should be crafted to your strengths.
Yes. But fuck deliverables, that's why I don't like clients.
Yeah.
Why should they get to know what the fuck really goes on?
So what you do
if I were a client, I would want to see something. It's like if you had a job and your boss is like, what's this guy doing? Even if you are getting results from them, they want to see deliverables so I can see it.
That's when you create a problem for your boss that you already have the solution.
There you go. Yeah. Like someone keeps pissing in the plant in the office. You're like, I'll stop it. And then you just stop pissing in the plant.
Stop doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take care of it, sir. I'll find it. I'll get to the bottom of it. Sir, ma'am.
So how do you
Corporate America.
Mid-campaign.
Have you seen my stapler?
Have you seen my stapler? Mid-campaign, how do you fix that if the metrics or the KPIs are wrong? What do you do?
Just going to have to sit down and have a good, honest conversation.
Here's what I would do. I would just get money out of them as long as possible, do as well as you can for them, expect them to cancel at some point, and set up 3 or 4 clients to replace them.
That's true. However, at the same time, I think you can have the conversation saying, look, hey, this is where we need to clarify. This is what we were looking at the beginning. You should have the contract to back it up. It should be in paperwork if they don't understand it.
If you have the contract, you can do that.
If you missed it, you're out of luck. And at that point, you should say, hey, I'm sorry for the miscommunication. This is how we structure the campaigns. Does this work for you? Once you've got the full replacement client, have that conversation.
Yeah, I think a good, honest conversation. But I think most agencies go down that route, right, Brad? They just keep fucking rinsing the client for as long as they can. And then it's just a numbers game. Rinse and repeat.
With your clients, Craig, is it a 6 month and done? Because I've heard a lot of people prefer that. It's like, I'm done with you after 6 months. Or do you keep them on as long as possible?
Nah, we always try to keep them on as long as possible. If I'm being honest, after a period of time, literally fuck all was being done.
Yeah.
But
that's why I like to get, especially the larger clients, at least get them on some type of content plan. Then they can actually say, okay, this content's going out, this content's going out. Where we've run into trouble with that in the past, though, is we do the content and we do the clusters the way that we should from a mathematical standpoint, and they don't understand it. And then when you explain it to them, they don't understand. Okay, we understand that you don't offer these services, but this needs to be mentioned on the site as support to this article. That's why we're doing, these.
Bringing a freaking team and a client like that, like to be able to take a keyword that is not a product they have, but you can mention anything on a page and make it contextually relevant, right?
Yeah.
It needs a certain type of thought process that creates hard to teach, and it's a fucking pain in the ass to teach. I mean, it's possible, but it is a pain to do.
it is. Black Jays. Did we answer this already?
I don't think so.
Nope.
I like to set it up. If it's a local client, I just want to see that interaction within GMB and for the local terms popping. That can be Ahrefs, it can be SEMrush. I like to, Mike and I both, I think, like to stick to Search Console and GMB if it's applicable. You just want to get those clicks and impressions up on relevant terms.
Like a Yext channel or something, those kind of stats. Sticking to stats and staying on campaign usually means that if you're successful, you're going to be making money, and you have data always to say, look, it's increasing. Or, hey, yeah, we know it's the down month, but this percentage is proper. It's still up, but it's down. That's where I am. As a small SEO, I would still go that direction if you are forming your processes. If you're already deep into a process, then it's kind of hard to shift sometimes. But if you can push in something that you can actually accomplish very quickly, that's the kind of KPI that you want to shift in there as quick as possible. And
just more interactions on their site, basically, more eyeballs and stuff like that.
Track everything and report it if you need to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like basing it off of calls or conversions or anything like that, because that's honestly out of our control. I mean, we can direct them.
If you're not working for commission.
Yeah, we can direct them to a certain extent, but past that, it's on them. I mean, I had a guy. One of my very first. I got him off Craigslist. Surprise, surprise. Very first website client, and he wanted me to do SEO too. I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, what is SEO? I Googled it. And, I found out it was mobile detailing. So I designed him a site, and I read, do the title tag, do this, do that. So I did all the on-page stuff. I didn't know jack for shit about off-page. But he started, of course, in GMB, he started to go up. His calls started to go up. I was like, oh, sweet, this SEO shit's pretty easy. But I'm looking at it, and he's number 1 and 2 for mobile detailing, Greensboro, shit like that. Not a huge volume, but he's like, I'm not getting any calls. I'm like, there's no even fuck, you're not getting more calls. I'm not getting any more calls. What do I pay you for? I was like, and I'm not on a monthly retainer, so I don't know we're talking to this guy, but I felt bad for him. So I had a guy call because I still had the day job. I had him call, The dude picks up. He's driving. He's a one-man show. He's driving. He's like, okay, I'll call. I had a guy from work call. He's like, yeah, I need my Mustang detailed or whatever. Can you come out to Burlington? Yeah, I can do Burlington. He's like, I'll call you back. I have no way to write it down. I have no way to do this or that. So he's like, okay, thanks. Hangs up. I was like, Skillet, because that's why I called the guy. Skillet, did he ever call you back? No, man, he never called me back. It's like, well, there's why you're getting calls. You're just not fucking converting anything because you're terrible at it.
So Black Jay is starting a new process. One of the other things I think we mentioned, but it's important to point out, is like literally have a deliverable that when you cap out the market, especially in the local market, it's just, you've only got so much traffic if it's smaller or whatever. Have something in the way you sell this that is maintaining that relationship once they know that they're sitting there where they need to be, and just build it in so that you have something to talk about when you're not, like Craig said, you get to a point where you're not actually doing anything anymore. And I would recommend having something, even if it's like a post a month, dude.
I mean, you could always do new posts on their GMV because they only last a week. So just do that.
Athletes, and then don't put a quality on it. Just make some fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's something you can deliver.
Also, Brad, before we forget, what the fuck was that gossip about Chase?
No gossip. You heard he has a new I'm plugging his course and his marketing. He has the AI course. I bought it. But the former gym owner who lives in Wilmington now, 3 hours away, he texted me the other day, out of the blue. He's like, hey, I'll read it. It's hilarious. So Chase has an automation course. This dude's looking for something for his son to do. Hey man, just saw this guy in my feed. You're friends. Is he legit? Chase Rayner, trying to get Jeff into something. So I was like, what's that?
Watch out for his cat.
Yeah, I said, dude, I've known Chase since he was working in his mother's basement, literally. So I was like, yeah, he's a good dude. He knows how to market. He knows a thing or two about SEO. Yeah, I would listen to him. So it is funny. So then he calls me, we catch up, all that shit. But it's funny because Chase, whatever he's doing is getting out to the right people.
Well, I can tell you, like, going through that course and looking at it all, it's very similar to like the networks I was selling like in 2014 and shit. And they were very fucking awesome.
For the AI stuff? Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I purchased it, started to go through it. Of course, then I got COVID, and I've been a little slower than usual. So
golden frame, baby.
Yeah. It might have been a garage. It was funny. I was like, we make fun. I was like, I made jokes because I was like, are you in your mom's fucking basement? Then apparently he was, and it was true. I was like, oops, sorry. But yeah, he's done well. He's living in Airbnbs or something right now.
Yeah, that's he was in Arizona.
He's doing something right. That's for sure.
Yeah, he took the Becker route. So, but he knows how to market for sure.
Chase is a hustler. He has that hustle in him for sure. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
Nope.
But
it's just funny because this same dude knows of Humiston, Ryan Humiston, who we used to.
He keeps finding. Yeah, that's the one that he keeps finding fucking people, dude.
Yeah, it's
small world, dude.
Yeah.
Last one. Let's see.
We got one more.
There's two more. Your client is always upset. We all have them. Clients who just can't be pleased no matter what you do. It feels like they're always mad at you, always demanding answers. That isn't just a problem for sales team and having to find a new client. Sour relationships damage reputations. Might be best to let them go and focus on improving communication and for new clients. Yeah, honestly, clients are good to fire. If they're a pain in the ass, I honestly don't think the money's worth it.
Not most of the time, no.
It's just not usually worth it. I don't mind firing people that day because they usually suck anyways. It says what?
Well, the thing with clients is if you are able to build the assets in a way that you can continue to benefit from the relationship, that you set up after the relationship is over, then they can make sense. Like if you're setting up the assets, like we always talk about mini nets and shit like that, if you set up the mini nets and you can instantly start to monetize those after the client is gone, or if you're including some type of call volume within the contract. We know people that are charging $200,000 a month and they can guarantee so many calls a month because they have their own calls and they include that.
I still think agency owners absolutely should be building their networks while they're working in different markets. If there's a lucrative market, they need to be building their own assets instead of just doing it for them. Just needs to be. Flavia, you're the worst now.
It's because of my sweet microphone.
I have my mic down there, but it's out the ground.
What? It's mine broke. It mashed up sound shit as well.
It's just your accent, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. No one can understand you.
Come on.
But I'm sure I have the echo in here. My wife and I, she says I need a rug. I say I don't want a rug. What does everyone think? Rug or no rug? I want to hear some comments.
Well, you mean by the sofa back there?
Yeah, like under the sofa. It's somewhere in the office. Should I get a rug? Is the question.
There, dude.
No, I don't want a rug.
You gotta have something to catch the fucking drip. The fucking casting couch on me. Sorry.
Then I'd have to wash it.
Your client is reducing their spend or says they're outgrowing you. Sometimes you haven't done anything wrong.
Reducing their spend or saying they're outgrowing you.
So either they're saying we can't spend money or we need to do bigger things.
I've heard when you get to that point, a lot of times they want to take it in house at that point, which means they don't have enough control over you. So
and
that's
hopefully
fine.
you've been telling them that you're doing a whole bunch of magic that they can't do themselves, and you can sell them some training for that staff.
Yeah, for $10,000 at least.
Yeah.
A day.
We've helped people students close $10,000 worth of training before in the past.
I love going on-site training, dude. Doing on-site training.
Yeah, and I love it in COVID because you don't have to go on site.
That's right. It's the best time to do on-site training.
Yeah, everyone loves Zoom right now. Still,
dude, Zoom. I think Zoom did a really good job of just yanking fucking the rug out from everyone on their competitor.
Yeah, like it still blows my mind why they did so much better than someone like a GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar, Microsoft
because they
Teams, or anything like that.
With the plan, that was the marketing.
Yeah, are they a Chinese company?
They are.
Yeah, I thought so.
Let's see.
Black G's is very grateful for the information. So
yeah, that's because we just make it up as we go along, Black G's. So it's all new.
What do you think?
Want to hear?
They said that if someone says they're outgrowing you, then make it a case study because you did your job. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
we've done that when people decided to take it in house or they ran out of the hardest one was when we took them from 7,000 or 8,000 a month up to over 100,000 a month from SEO. Within, I think, 7 months was the time frame, and then they just ran out of investment capital because they spent it all on social media.
That's so bad with that budget, that first round of capital.
Yeah, so they blew through their first round of capital thinking that the second round would be easy. That was the hardest one, but it turned into a fantastic case study because it was clear in analytics throughout the entire campaign. So we use that to close multiple higher end clients, and that was nutraceuticals. So it was like.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like document absolutely everything, especially when those wins are there, and also document recoveries. Document both of those and have all of that ready for your next pitches.
Yeah, and you can use that to sell training to them as well, I suppose.
Yeah,
you can, but I think
and you will.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
You need a nap.
I didn't sleep last night, man.
I just railed a bunch of Dayquil, so I'm numb on the outside and inside now.
Oh yeah, no shit, dude. Yeah.
I'm good.
Do you feel emotion through other people or no?
No, I don't know what that is.
Emotion.
Yeah, you like my new shirt? I got it at the beach. It's got an octopus on it.
Band?
Yeah, the dude does all his own artwork, so I was like, you had me at artwork.
Is that an octopi?
It is, yeah. I love octopuses.
If you guys get anything coming up this week, webinar wise,
Yeah, we decided to do a Q&A webinar for the 3-night webinar series. We did that a few weeks ago. I was at the beach last week. So yeah, we've had quite a few questions. So, if you're in there, feel free to hop on this Thursday, I think at 2 Eastern. Got that.
Find a way to get there.
Should we tell people about the event or no, Mike?
Yeah, I guess we should.
If you want to come join us in September in Orlando, NFG2022.com.
Yeah, we are going to be taking people through Fiverr, actually, and automation.
Well, there's a lot that goes into it, but Fiverr seems to be the main thing that people are excited about for whatever reason. So
the automation that Google does for you is pretty solid too. Yeah, I'm fucking tired, dude. I gotta get to sleep. But we'll be doing some fucking webinar here shortly, and you'll find your way into Thursday if you're not there. I don't know if you can, but try. And if
Cool. Before we go, I'm just going to put that up, guys. NFG2022.com/oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll work without the oh yeah part of it, but yeah. NFG2022.com. Oh yeah.
But
Monster Man.
anyway,
You coming out, Craig?
Ah,
For that? You
I'll
coming?
come.
Yeah, we're doing that. It's the day after Russell's event wraps
I
up.
told
So
the people from Australia I would not go to the
funnel hacking.
Funnel Hacking Live, and I would hang out with the Aussies. So,
I'm gonna pick and choose who I go see. So it'll be a good time. So I'll go hang out there for a week, and then we'll get to the real information in the hybrid workshop. So
don't cough like that near me, dude. It makes me nervous.
I'm not near you. You've been sick 20 million times.
Bro, I've had fucking so many. My dad has it right now, bro. He's like, so he bought a house down in Mexico. He was up here selling everything, moving everything out down in Mexico. Got fucking COVID. His wife's in Mexico. She had COVID down there. Now he's
you know where I want to move?
Where?
Cayman Islands.
Or like you want to like live on a fucking alligator thingy.
Yeah, have you ever been out there, Craig?
Nah, I've never been. Loved it though.
Yeah. I think that's going to be on my list for either this year or next to go visit there.
Move to Cayman?
No, at least visit there, see if I like it. I got to get a passport. It's a UK territory, right?
Yes. Good fucking place.
I've heard.
Good way.
What's Sandro Pay? That would be another one.
Welcome to Sandro Pay.
Welcome to
We don't
Sandro
want
Pay.
Mike to start saying.
No, we don't. We've heard it.
On that note, before he does start, guys, check out ODYS, check out NFG2022.com.
We'll be going through that Otis case study. I didn't even tell him because I didn't want him to think I was trying to get a free domain or anything, but we'll see how that goes.
Cool. And we will be back at the same time next week, everybody.
You hope?
Yes. See you later.
Highlight of your week. I know it. Look forward to it.